Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Stone, and this is your grammar lesson number 10, and we are working on irregular plural nouns. Everybody did a really good job on their singular and plural nouns quiz. I think some of you would have done a lot better, but you got confused and some different things. So I'm pretty sure that you know it, so that's a great thing. Now we're going to talk about irregular plurals, which means it takes a different form or it doesn't change at all. And so with irregular plurals, it's one of those you kind of have to just know it, just memorize certain things. Where, as in with the other plurals, you had rules with the Y and the, if it was a CH and SH or something, you had rules. This is kind of one of those you just kind of have to memorize it. So let's look and see what we have. So what I want you to do is I want you to make sure you're on the right page. And this week we're not going to do colored pencils, and so I'll try to remember to throw something in here during the lesson. So it says some nouns have irregular plurals. In most cases, the spelling of a singular noun changes form to form the plural. So let's look and see what we're talking about. Okay, so in the example that they gave you, man is singular. When you change it to plural, you don't add an S. Okay, this is why it's called irregular. A regular noun, you would just add an S to that word. But this is an irregular one. And so you're going to change man to men, woman to woman, child to children, tooth to teeth. Okay, you mainly know these. These are just kind of one of those you've already learned. There's some tricky ones when we get to, I would say, the S's and stuff. But here's another one. It says foot to feet, goose to geese, mouse to mice, ox to oxen. And so that's just really memorizing what it is, because there's no certain pattern. There's nothing that you can just memorize a rule and then it works for everything. These are just words you have to memorize. Okay, this says in a few cases, the plural noun and the singular noun are the same. These, I think, are the trickiest ones because there is kind of a rule behind this one. And so you say singular, one deer nibbles the grass. Plural, 3 deer stand and watch. Okay, now, if I were to have you identify, if you just had those two sentences by itself, 1 deer nibbles the grass, 3 deer stand and watch, and I asked you to identify which one of those was the singular noun and which one was the plural noun, you could do it because all you have to do is look at the word right in front of it. So we know that the singular one is 1 deer, and we know that the plural one is 3 deer. But it's not deers, because when you start adding S's and stuff like that, that gets into possessive nouns, and we're going to talk about that later. Right now, these are some words that you just have to memorize. Look at the next sentence. This sheep is white. How many sheep? This one. So 1. Plural, the other 2 sheep are brown. So when you're writing a sentence, you have to be able to distinguish if you're writing singular or plural by the words that you're putting in front of it. So in the second one, you know that it's more than one because they actually say the word 2. And then the last one. The moose swam across the lake. Several moose live on the island. So they didn't add an S. In order to make those particular nouns plural, you have to do something to the word in front of the noun. So, like I said, it's just a matter of memorizing certain words. You don't add S's to and stuff. So let's go ahead and go on to practice set A. And it says, read each sentence, write singular if the noun is boldface, a singular noun, write plural if it's plural noun. All right, so number 1 says, the children in our class went to Wildlife Refuge. Well, we know that if you are talking about one, you are talking about one child. Well, this says children, so you automatically know that it's going to be plural. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to do 2 through 10 by yourself, okay? And then when you are finished with it, you come back and check the answers. Now, make sure that you're paying attention like to number 3, Number 4, those have some real tricky ones. You have to remember to look at the word before the noun. So go ahead and do that by yourself and then come back to the video when you're ready. All right, now that you're back, it says number 2, a friendly man met us at the entrance. Well, man is definitely one, so it is a singular noun. All right, number 3, this is one of those tricky ones, but I think it's pretty easy once you stick it in a sentence. Number 3 says several Canadian geese were swimming in the pond. Okay, one geese is singular, but this sentence says several. Well, we know that several is more than one, so it has to be a plural geese. Number 4, a single moose stood at the water's edge. Well, what's the word right in front of moose? It says it is single, and so it is going to be singular. Number 5, we were as quiet as mice, but it still ran away. Okay, now mice is the plural form of mouse, so you should have written plural on the line. Okay, right now what I want you to do is I want you to take your pencil and I want you to write over to the side somewhere on that page, hello, Mrs. Stone. And then I'm going to know that you did this lesson with me. So write hello, Mrs. Stone over in the margin somewhere, and I will know that you've done this page with me. All right, let's continue. Number 6, 2 women showed us a tree cut down by a beaver. Okay, woman is one, so woman is plural. Now, they also gave you a hint there because they put the number 2 in front of the word woman. Number 7, what sharp teeth that beaver must have. Okay, so on the word teeth, teeth is the plural form of the single noun tooth. So we know that teeth is plural. Number 8, at sunset, a deer came down to the water to drink. All right, now this one's kind of tricky because they've not put a number in front of it. They've not said one. They've not said that. They've not said this. But they said a, all right, a deer. That means one deer came down to the water to drink, so that is going to be singular. Number 9 gives you the opposite of what number 8 is because it tells you 3 other deer soon followed. And so we know that that is plural because of the word 3. And then the last one. An ox stood alone in the field. Well, if you look back over the chart, we know that ox is one, and the plural form of ox is oxen. Well, that says ox, so we know that it is singular. So I think this is a fairly easy lesson this week. I don't think you're going to have any problems on the quiz on Friday because it's just certain words that you have to memorize. And then as far as like deer, moose, all those kinds of words, you just have to remember to look at the word in front of the noun in order to figure out if it's a singular or a plural noun. So, very, very quick lesson. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.